right there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yikes. There we go. Oh, we're moving fast. Hopefully that fixes itself. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Whew. Not sure if that was visible on the other end, but should be in time now. Cool. It's going to be muted for a quick second here, I think, until... Oh, no, just drop it. No, yeah, leave it right there. Let's see, how much is still audible on that other end there? It looks kind of low. Let me bring it up to about right. There we go. Here's good. Just testing the volume. If anyone's in here, sorry, but I'm just testing volume. Making sure everything's kind of working okay. Oh, it's not even muted. Okay, cool. Oh, but I gotta take this off. There we go. Should be all set here. General, everything set. Cool. Ooh. One more thing, I apologize. If anybody's in here, I need to get a clock so that I know what time class is starting at. I see it's small on my computer here, but I'll be right back 1 second. Woo, all over the place today. There we go. We've got a clock already. Oh, but I'm unable to connect. Let me rejoin this real quick. If anybody's typing, I actually don't think I was able to see anything. Hopefully everything's going all right over here. If I'm still on there, sorry if anybody's watching, I actually can't see what's happening right now. Somehow I'm not signed in. Whoa, hopefully it's still streaming. Somehow midstream here, it logged me out. Give me about 1 minute here. It should be popping back up here for me. I'm actually not sure how I get back to that section. So maybe if I click right here. Maybe just hitting the go live one more time will bring me to this. I'm not 100% sure. Or manage. Here we go. All right. I'm back. Whether or not somebody's here and is witnessing me go wild here. Move this a tiny bit. We've still got like 3 minutes before it starts. I'm all set, I think. 1 more second. I'm finishing everything up here. Move this a little bit so I can actually see what's happening. Otherwise, I may be off doing my own thing and not realize that no one can see me. There we go. All right. Much better. Yeah, it's looking at about 6:14, I believe, that everything is set up here and I can see everything. Well, I can type, so that's good news. I apologize if there's a little bit of wind tunnel going here, but I'd rather feel a little air than start heating up too much. Looks like we've got about 1 more minute here-ish. 1 second, guys. It was looking like my karate time was off just a minute, so. Much better. There we go. Whole thing is all set over there now. Got to get technology on my side. No matter how much I work with it, I know it's always gonna fight me a little bit, huh? And somehow when one thing goes up and smoke and goes wrong, then all of a sudden everything else is too. But my time should be right over back there that I can see. I see myself right here. Hopefully you guys can still see me too. And we'll be ready for the Tigers class to start in about 30 seconds here. We get one more drink of water. This nice warm evening. There we go. Let me check one last thing. Make sure there's no issues over on our Discord's end. Nope, no questions. Means we should be good to go. Awesome. If anybody's joining me right now, make sure that you guys have some space around you, right? Same thing I mention every week. Make sure you got about 5 feet by 5 feet or something around that, around there to keep yourself safe. Nothing on the ground that you might step on. No toys, no pillows, no walls right next to you that you might accidentally hit. Right, make sure that you are safe as you train. And it's been kind of hot out, right? Make sure you guys are drinking a lot of water. We've been learning that quite well, especially in our classes outside that are happening in the morning series, making sure to stay hydrated. So, with that said, got no announcements before class starts other than, hey, it's tip testing week. So, if you guys haven't already, love to see some videos submitted onto Discord for your tip testing, or if you want to sign up for private lessons. I do not believe we have any else available this week, but if you need to make up your tip next week, you can always sign up for a private lesson then. So, nothing else to add. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. Ready? Let's go for attention. And how you guys feel today? Awesome, sir. Let's bow. To start off, we get to do a little bit of freestyle karate, meaning any karate moves that you want to do, any exercises that you want to do, and we're going 1 minute. I'm going to be practicing a whole bunch of punches, some knees and front kicks. I'm not going to be doing too many side kicks because that's the move we're working on this week, right? So, freestyle karate, 1 minute, ready, and go! Making sure I'm moving around here. If you want to, you can turn and face a different direction. I'm starting a little slower on the moves, and I'm going to speed them up as I go. Especially, right, if I haven't exercised yet, I haven't warmed up my body. I don't want to push it too much right off the bat. Maybe I'll start doing some jumping jacks too. We're going to be doing some of those and doing some squats in a second, but, right, the idea is still there. Locks. Making sure that I'm just practicing my best ones. Juke under and boom, throw that cross. Jab, cross. Juke underneath, one more. Elbow. Moving back a little bit again. Make sure that you've got that space around you guys. Make sure you've been drinking water. If you need a water break, man, go get one. Make sure that you're drinking water, staying hydrated. Looks like we've got about 10 more seconds. Knee smashes and break. All right, guys. Nice little warm up there. Good minute to make sure that our body's moving around. We got some other exercises we've been doing recently, right? Let's start with our squats. We're going to do 10 total. 10 of them, okay? At your own pace. Feet apart. Make sure your feet are flat on the ground. Ready, and go. 1. Making sure that these hands are staying up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm past the halfway mark now. There's 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we've got some crunches to do next, or some sit-ups. You get to pick which one. Go ahead and lay on your back. Notice how I'm moving this way to make sure my head doesn't hit anything over there. And I'm still gonna look. We've got 10 crunches or sit-ups. Remember the crunch, you just bring the shoulder blades off the ground. For the sit-up, you gotta come all the way up, then all the way back down. Pick which one you wanna do, okay? But 10 of them total. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Let's get a bonus 5 in there. Those are too easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. We've got some push-ups coming up next, so get to your push-up position. Remember, you can either do these ones from starting laying down and then pushing yourself up, or you can start in the air, let yourself down slowly, and push yourself back up before you touch the ground. 10 push-ups. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you want to bend your elbows as much as you can. If it's just my legs that come down to the ground, that's not a good push-up, or my head. It's got to come from my elbows bending. 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got, after this one, there's 8. 2 more. 9, and 10. Excellent. Let's do one more exercise here. Let's get about 30 seconds of jumping jacks going, okay? 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Ready? Your favorite kind, and go. Again, just something else where our whole body is moving. Our heart might be beating a little bit faster after these. We're halfway there, guys. 15 more seconds. Keep on moving with it. Oh, 5 more seconds. 1 and break. All right, everybody. Nice work with those jumping jacks. A whole bunch of exercises too. Great way to start off a class. Make sure that all of our muscles are warmed up. That's important before we do any kicks, before we do stuff like that. So, our word this module, I'm going to go ahead and take a knee up here. Our word this module has been respect, right? The most important word in karate. We oftentimes mention it in the kids class, the teen and adult class, that martial arts begins and ends with respect. At the beginning and the end of every class, what do? We show respect by bowing. Right? When we enter or leave the school, or I guess not quite doing that right now, but right, when I come in and leave the school to do this class here, I'm going to bow too, right? The sign of respect to the school. But martial arts begins and ends with respect. And our quick definition of this one is treating people the way we want to be treated. So for example, if I want people to be nice to me, I'm going to be treating them very nicely too. If I want people to share with me, then I'm going to share with them. If I want people to care about me, right, I'm going to make sure that I'm caring deeply about them as well. Treat people the way we want to be treated. Now, one more thing, we're going to be talking about specific people and things we can show respect to. So ideas of that. I know I can show respect to siblings, right, brothers and sisters. I know I can show respect to my friends, to parents, to teachers in school, to coaches, right? I can show it to my community. I can show it to different things like objects like books, right? And I can show it to myself. And we'll talk about a lot of those as we go through class today. But let's get to our karate move next. So stand up. I'm going to scoot back this way. Like with every kick, we got to make sure that we can stand up with great balance. So let's test our balance first. When I say go, I want you to pick one leg up in the air. And I don't mean like this. See how low that is to the ground still? Try and pick it up nice and high in front of you, okay? And let's see if we can balance on it for about 5 seconds. Ready? And go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and almost too easy. Other leg. Ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it back down. One more time. 10 seconds. Here we go. On your marks. Get set. Go. I'm going exact based off the karate time, which is right behind you guys. Oh, we're halfway through it. 3, 2, 1, and break. We'll set it back down. Awesome. Now, talking about the side kick in particular, that's the move we've been working on, right? First thing we need to do is make sure that the leg we kick with is the closest thing to our target. So, let's say I was kicking towards you guys. I'm going to take my favorite kicking leg and I'm going to put it right out here in front of me. Let me scoot back. Make sure, there we go, we can see a nice and easy there, right? Making sure that my favorite kicking leg is here in front of me. If I wanted to kick with the other one, and you can't quite see it right now, what I'd have to do is step it all the way up here in front, right? That's the first step. So, kicking leg in front of me. The second step, we need to chamber our leg up And I'm making sure that I'm not chambering it up and down. See how that's straight up and down there? That's great for a front kick or a back kick, but side kick, we're chambering here to the side. So ready stance, chamber up, we kick out, bring it back and set it down. I'm doing it with me, ready? Chamber, kick, re-chamber, set it down, awesome, chamber, kick and re-chamber, and set it back down. Let's give them numbers. That chamber is gonna be 1. When we kick and we bring it back, that's 2. And when we set it down, that's 3, okay? Ready, stance? 1. 1, sir. 2. 2, sir. And 3. 3, sir. Let's jump switch. Other leg, ready? 1. 1, sir. 2. 2, sir. 3. 3, sir. There we go. Jump switch again. Again, going back and forth, making sure we practice both sides. Ready? 1. 1, sir. Ooh, let me get my balance. There we go. 2. 2, sir. And 3. 3, sir. Yeah, okay. Let's do it again. Ready, stance? And 1. 1, sir. 2. 2, sir. And 3. 3, sir. There we go. We are set. This time, when I say go, I want you to do the whole kick. You get to pick which leg you want to use. If you want to use the same leg every time you can, if you want to keep switching, you can do that too. All right, ready, stance. And go. Awesome. Go. Again, make sure you've got a good chamber, kick and re-chamber. Go. Ready, and go. Make sure you're getting all of those steps. They're really important. One more time without me. Go. Good, here we go. Other leg now, if you haven't already been switching. I'm going to make sure I do a good chunk on both sides. And go. And go. I'm going to get one more. Go. Actually, and you know what, let's get a bonus one. It's better to practice more than to practice less. And go. There we go. Awesome. We'll get back to the kicks in just a second. I want to talk about respect again. So, let's take a knee here. So we talked kind of umbrella, all these things we're going to talk about respect. The first one that I want to specifically talk about is showing respect to siblings or showing respect to friends. Right? In general, we can show respect to them by making sure that we share with them. Right now, it may not be happening with friends as we're making sure we keep our distance, keeping people safe, right? But let's say that I'm living with my sibling, I'm living with my brother or my sister, I can make sure that I share with them, right? I'm not fighting over things with them. That's showing respect to them. I make sure that I use kind words, that I help them out if they need help, right? There's a great ways that I can show respect to them. More other people that we show a lot of respect, or that we spend a lot of time with, we can show respect to is our parents. Right? I make sure that I show respect to my parents by following their rules or following the rules of the house. Right? I think an example I gave earlier this week was if there's a special spot to put my shoes, so I have to put my shoe on the shoe rack there. Hey, if I'm doing that, I'm showing respect to them. Maybe there's a shoe bin that I put them in. Maybe there's a special spot for my backpack. Maybe the rule is every time I come home, I need to wash my hands. Right? If I'm doing that, that's me showing respect to my parents by following their rules and listening to them. Which is that other thing we can do, making sure we listen to them carefully. If they ask us to do something, hey, I'm going to do it right away. That's me showing respect to my parents. One more, and we'll get back to some side kicks here. Right? I can show respect to teachers as well. Teachers in school. Now in the fall, we may be going back in person, we may be doing it online and doing some distance learning. But either way, they're probably going to have some rules, right? If I follow those rules, I'm showing respect to them. One big one always was raising our hands, right? If I raised my hand and I waited on my teacher to call me and then I said what I needed to say, that's me showing respect to my teacher, right? Maybe you have a special spot you put your backpack. Or maybe there's a special thing you had to do every time you walked in the room. Right? These things that we follow are ways that we can show respect. Now, let's get to those kicks again. Let's come on back. First off here, let's stick with one leg, but we're going to go about 30 seconds, 30 seconds of as many kicks as we can do. As many sharp kicks as we can do to be precise. Ready, set, and go. Good, making sure you get your best kicks here. You don't have to worry about me saying go. I just want you practicing as many kicks as you can. Again, I need all 3 steps. If I'm kicking here, I chamber, I kick, I re-chamber, and I set it down. Getting some kios in there too. Looks like we got about 5 more seconds. So we do one more. And break. Awesome. We're going to try the other side now next, all right? We're going to go about 30 seconds with these ones. Again, just like that first leg, 30 seconds of side kicks, okay? On your marks, get set, and go. Again, making sure
that I've got all 3 steps. Chamber, kick, and rechamber, and then I set it down. Trying to keep my posture. I don't know if you guys have noticed, what I'm really working on is making sure my hands stay up like this the whole time, that they don't fall away, they don't do this, they don't do the chicken dance, right? Oh, we got 5 more seconds. See if we can do 2 more. And break. Awesome. Now, we're going to do 30 more seconds. You get to pick which leg. And you get to switch legs in between. Again, getting a lot of practice. The more we practice these kicks, the better we're going to get at them, right? So, here we go. Sparring stance the whole time. Moving around a little bit if you can. Making sure we're doing our best kicks. And again, you get to switch legs if you'd like to. 30 seconds. 3-0. I don't know if you can see those hands there. Ready? And go! Chia! 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 Hiya! There we go. Keep that body moving. Keep your kicks going. Maybe I'm pretending like these Wave Masters are the edges of my space. I'm not going to kick them. I'm going to make sure I'm staying safe. And freeze. All right, that was our 30 seconds. But I had an idea. This is going to be a blast. When we do our kick, guess what we get to do after? We're going to do a squat. We're going to make sure we get good exercise going. So if I'm here, let's say I do my kick over this way. Chia. When I bring it back, I'm going to do a squat. And then I'm going to kick with my other leg. Chia. And guess what I get to do next? Squat down low, and then side kick time. Oh yeah. Again, 30 seconds. That's our regular number right now. We're going to keep following. 30 seconds total. Side kick, and then we get to that squat. Here we go. On your marks, get set, and go. Chia. Squat, nice. Chia. And get another squat. Making sure we get that exercise. Strengthening up those legs. Chia. We are halfway through, guys. And I forgot to mention something. Pause. We've got about, looks like 12 seconds left here. We'll keep that time. I forgot to mention something. When we're doing these side kicks, we should always look towards them, right? Now sometimes, as I do my kick, I'm looking towards you, right? I'm looking to the camera right there so you can see me better. But the important thing to do, especially if you're at home, is if we're kicking over to this direction here, I really need to watch that. Because remember, right now for me, this is a Wave Master. If I hit it, nothing bad is going to happen to it. It's meant to be kicked. But if I'm not looking where I kick, and maybe that's a lamp for you, or maybe it's something else, it'd be really bad if I accidentally kick it, right? So if I'm kicking that way, I'm always going to look to make sure that I don't hit it, okay? Ready? 12 seconds still, and go! The last 12, I'll make sure that I keep looking, not towards the camera, but instead I'm looking towards my kicks. You guys make sure you're doing it too. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, guys, let's take a knee again. We got a little bit more to talk about respect. So, respect, treating people the way we want to be treated. We talked about parents, we talked about teachers, we talked about friends and siblings. What about the community we live in? All the people that live around us. We can make sure we're showing respect to them by making sure the area stays clean, right? I'm not littering anything. Right now, especially, right, we can show respect to them by making sure if we get in any position where we might be close to someone that we're not living with, that we've got a mask on to help keep them safe, right? That's being respectful to the people around us, to our community. I can show respect to things like books by making sure that I use them in the right way, right? If I'm reading a book, it's making sure that I'm not ripping pages or I'm not dropping it or throwing it in the air, right? That's not showing respect to it. If I'm careful with it, I read it, I put it back in the bookcase, that's me being respectful to it. Final one, we'll get a couple more kicks here at the end here. I can show respect to myself by making sure I treat myself well. And by that I mean making sure that I stay healthy, that I stay fit. We talked about fitness before, right? So I make sure that I'm eating the right kinds of foods, eating fruits and veggies, right? Making sure I get enough sleep, that I stay healthy by washing my hands. I can show respect to myself by learning something new every chance that I get. Ideally, think about one thing per day, right? Those are just a couple of ways that I can show respect to myself. Again, self-respect. Oh, and I forgot making sure we get exercise, right? Getting exercise, making sure that our body stays healthy. And then we're making sure we drink a lot of water, right? Staying hydrated. You guys have heard me say that a lot recently, huh? But very important for us. So let's stand back up. We got one more little side kick drill to do here. We got 30 more seconds. as many side kicks as you can do, making sure you turn around a little bit, stay in your sparring stance, keep those hands up, keep the eyes on where you're kicking, all right? Last 30 seconds, your best side kicks, and we got our Tiger Promise coming up in just a second here. Ready, set, and go. I always feel like I'm on a TV show when I say that. We got our Tiger Promise coming up in a second, right after the break. Keep on going. We're only 10 seconds in. Making sure to always look where you're kicking. I'm kicking here, I'm going to look over there. Maybe I'm kicking to that bag. Looking towards it, kicking towards you, I'm going to look towards you there. Or towards the camera there, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. Woo. There we go, guys. And we got even a couple bonus seconds in that one. Again, making sure we practice as much as we can, getting some good practice in. So, that is it for our side kicks, guys. Hopefully had some great ones. Hopefully had some good exercises a little bit ago, too. Let's do our Tiger Promise, and then I've got some announcements for you guys. So, let's come to attention. Let's raise our hand and repeat after me. I promise to be a good person, to be a good person, to put knowledge in my mind, to put knowledge in my mind, to put honesty in my heart, to put honesty in my heart, to put strength in my body, to put strength in my body, and to make good friends, to make good friends. Let's bow. Nice work, guys. Give yourself a quick round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. Nice job. I had a quick thing too, if you haven't already. Great way to practice this side kicks and showing respect with teammates is you could help teach them how to bow, right? We do it in class all the time, but if I went to teach someone new and I just said, oh yeah, do this, or I said, oh yeah, bend over, they might think it's like this, right? Or they might think it's like that. So I'm gonna have to be pretty specific with them. Make sure your feet are together, side by side, right? Not on top of each other. I gotta make sure hands are touching your legs right on the sides with an open hand. You need to bend in my hip, right? I gotta teach them step by step. It's a great way you can show them how to do it and how we show respect in karate. Announcement that I've got for everybody who's watching here. The first one is that we are still holding in-person classes. Given the new mandate, we are not holding them in the building, but instead we've got a nice patio outside that we get to use. If you haven't, I did a little live video on Instagram earlier today. I'll be posting some images from this morning that I took of the area. We've got some thicker than normal puzzle mats outside to give us a little bit of cushion outside so we're not stepping on the cement. We're keeping our distance, running the masses we train. We've got some canopies on the way as well that are going to give us some additional shade. If you're interested in that, please send Sifu Dan a message, give us a call, we'll be able to help you out with that. Sending a message on Discord or an email is the best way to reach us. But yeah, we've got that going in the mornings right now. I believe that Tiger classes are Wednesday, Friday right now from 10:10 to 10:30. Don't quote me on that, I have to learn the new schedule. But it's right, like the third or fourth time here that we're completely changing how we're teaching classes. It's been a blast to learn. I just want to say thank you for everyone who's sticking with us and being patient with us as we learn this and kind of rechange everything we do. So I appreciate that. We're going to keep these live classes going. They are probably going to be a little bit earlier, starting next week. I'm going to say it one more time. I believe that the live classes are going to be a little bit earlier. I'll put that in the announcements in Discord, but I believe it'll be at 5:15. Reason being just my sanity. A split shift working at 7:15 in the morning and then working until 8 p.m. at night. So I'll have that announcement later today. I'll have that announcement in Discord later when I figure it out and make sure that I've got it all worked out perfectly. But keep an eye out for that. I believe that is it, guys. So I hope you guys have a great evening. I hope you stay safe. I'm going to put the little standby up here, and we got the All-Ranked Kids Teen Adult class coming up in about 20 minutes here. If you guys want to stick around and do some more exercises with me, then I look forward to seeing you there. But let's come attention. Again, that class is happening in about 20 minutes, right on the hour at 7 p.m. So, come attention. Let's bow out. Class dismissed. Nice work, guys. Hope you guys have a great evening. Stay safe, guys. I'll see you in a second. All right, guys. Evening to everybody who's joined. We got about 15 minutes before the RN Kids class starts. How you guys doing out there? When we get this out for our warm-up, sticking with some Muay Thai openers. Looks like everything's good over there. Cool. Wonder how warm it is outside. What's the temperature looking like? Is it not too warm, I think? Heard like 85-ish, 90 earlier, I think. The elbow too. Always got every once in a while double check Discord here, just so I don't get any audio. What's the word I'm looking for? Audio notifications and stuff popping up. It's got to be silenced anytime that this stream's on. So I'm never sure this would be the biggest time when someone's got a question about the stream. It's of course when it's on. But we're looking good. Got about 13 minutes for anybody who is joining right now. We're starting right on the hour at 7 p.m. Wonder. We don't have in-person or in the school classes right now. I could move the karate dojo or the online dojo. Maybe I go back to the small room over there. We'll find out. Hey, so I've been having a good day so far. Classes went pretty well earlier. We're learning more and more every time. How's your what's today? I've lost track of the days of the week. Thursday, right? Yeah, we're doing the live class. How's your Thursday going? Use that out of frame. Cool. Nice and easy for me to reach and get some water in the middle of class. No questions over here. Cool. What are we looking at? Ooh, about 10 minutes. It's coming up fast. We'll see how many more people we get joining in today. What is today? Is it today the 16th? I think so, right? 16th of the month. It's been going by fast. Whew. Ooh, that sounds nice. There's a park pretty close to where I live that's got a pair of basketball hoops too. I used to play a lot, but wrist is still bugging me. It got to the point when I could shoot at one point. I remember a couple months ago, half a year ago, like in January, where I'd actually be able to go out and shoot, and it was like, oh man, I can do it again. And I think I overdid it. That may have contributed a little bit to it. You talking teacher like for school in the fall? Or is this for, are you taking some summer classes, or? I didn't know that other than like high school classes, they ever got work over the summer. Ah, okay. I don't know, you guys still did stuff. But they're allowed to give you extra work after grades went and everything. I may try next week moving back into the small room over there. Especially if we're not using it at all. That might make the most sense. Jump there and there. Oh. Get a tiny bit more water. We are getting closer to start time. What are we at? Focus my eyes to the clock way back there. About 7 more minutes, all right. Looking forward to get a good workout in. We'll do some extra push-ups today. Get a couple pistol squats if we can. Which reminds me, if we're working pinions, I'll be back 1 second. All right, there we go. I'm back. We're all set still. Cool, cool. No questions over on Discord. Woo. Working pinions, I gotta make sure ankle stays safe. Nothing more exciting than mentioning wrist injuries and ankle injuries, and oh man. Evening, everybody else who has joined. Hopefully you guys are having a good Thursday. Excited for a good class, get some good Muay Thai warm-ups, some push-ups, squats or pistol squats. What else do we get to do? Working some crunches, some jumping jacks, leg lifts.
See if there's any requests for any bonus ones. Well, we got about 5 minutes according to the karate clock. It's right back that way. There would be the angle to see it. Everything good so far. Cool, cool, cool. All right, everybody who's joining, we got a couple of minutes till we start. I'll mention again, right as we are starting, make sure you guys have some space around you can train in, to make sure you can train safely. Clear out stuff off the floor. Make sure you're not going to accidentally step on anything or trip over anything, or like kick a wall or something, right? Make sure you got some space around you. And it's been warm, right? Mention it again. Make sure you guys drinking some water. We've been learning that the fun way, teaching classes in the morning outside. Our canopies aren't here quite yet, and so get a good like 45 ounces of water every morning on top of the regular amount that I drink through the day. How's everybody doing in here? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Everyone's been safe. Getting some good reading done. Getting some good training done, oh yeah. As we're getting close here, let me know if anyone has any requests for some workouts to do. Requests for some warm-ups. Please let me know. I'd love to know. For anybody who's here as we do the class, you got any special specific ones that you would like to do? Some favorites? Some ergs, yes. We'll get some of those in, some Ravinita. My request is pistol squats, so we're gonna do some of those. Or if you like to, you can just do regular squats. If anybody else has some favorites that they really want to do, feels like a good day to do some challenging warm-ups. What's our time looking like? Oh man, only about a minute or two, guys. Ooh, pike push-ups, we will do those. Another one of my favorites over the shelter in place. I'll have to find the image that I saw at one point about pike push-ups and handstand push-ups, about like how much weight, how much body weight for each one you're actually pushing off the ground. You can see percentage-wise of, push-ups when you got knees on the ground versus when you've got toes on the ground versus when you're doing pike push-ups, your body's a little bit higher up that you got to push. Or when you got your legs up on a bag. Ooh, some V-ups. See if Sarah coming with the challenging ones. We'll do some. Let me write these down, just in case. Gotta get some V-ups, some ergs. Oh, we're really working the abs today, aren't we? Okay. Pike push-ups. Make sure that I can read my handwriting. Woo. Abs are gonna get work just in time for summer, huh? For staying inside still. Looks like we've got about 45 seconds left, guys. If anybody has any last requests, put them in the chat so that I know, and we can get some good challenging warm-ups today. Especially if we got some more, any more ab workouts that you guys want to do. I was thinking for a second here.
Just some quick announcements before we start. Reminder, guys, you want to have some space around you to train safely in. Make sure you've been drinking water today. I don't think it's been the hottest in the world, but right, keep that habit up. Make sure you're staying hydrated. And if you guys haven't heard, right, we can't do classes inside the dojo anymore, but we do have an outside dojo that's like, we're setting up every morning for some morning classes. We've got teen adult classes every day. We've got level 2 and 3 classes, and then tigers and beginnings alternating through the day. Looking at having some evening classes as well. So if you guys are interested in doing some outdoor classes, I went live on Instagram earlier today with just kind of a quick view of what it looks like. I'll post some pictures later today as well on Discord. But really fun to be out there, really fun to train. Make sure if you're interested in that, you send Seafood Dan or I a message. Probably Seafood Dan would be better bet. Wear a hat, bring some sunscreen, bring a lot of water. Getting some lunges, all right. Superman flying through the air. We'll get a whole bunch of them. We'll focus a whole bunch on some warm-ups. Oh, what am I doing with this? We need this for the beginning. It's time, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, one more time, make sure you got some area that's around you that is safe, that you're not going to step on anything, you're not going to trip on anything, that you can stay safe in. With that said, let's get started. Come attention. How do you guys feel today? Awesome, sir. Let's bow. And we've got some Muay Thai shadow boxing to start off with. If you got gloves that you want to put on, grab them real quick. If you don't want to put them on, that's fine too. I just know that I've had a blast wearing these as I train. And just being able to wear them again. Didn't wear them for so long. So, we're going about 1 minute, okay? Hey Sebastian, good to have you in here. We're warming up with some Muay Thai. Ready, set, and let's go. Right, jabs, crosses, front kicks, elbows and knees. All practical techniques, right? Those roundhouse kicks as well. For anyone who's higher ranked, you might have worked on hooks recently. Uppercuts. If you got a bag around you want to hit, you can hit here. That one can be a lot of fun because it starts to spin or it swings a little bit. You gotta remember, this is as fun as you make it. I would be really bored if I was just standing here kind of doing this, right? You want to really start working the shoulders. Jab, 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 jab. You get like 10, 15 of these jabs in a row. Keep your feet moving. That's actually a really great workout. You feel it in your shoulders, those muscles burning. Feet moving quickly too. And you're going to get that heart rate up. Got about 20 more seconds. That flying knee. Shuffle around. I know we worked on that one about a month and a half ago, huh? Always got to get one Superman punch in. 5 more seconds, guys. Keep moving. Don't slow down now, especially if we're in the home stretch. And breathe. Let's go ahead and put these off to the side. Next up, guys, getting a little bit of our requested warm-ups in first. I know there's a little bit more challenging. I'm going to start with my own personal request. Although I guess all warm-ups are kind of that way, right? I might less sometimes for them. We're going to start with some squats, or if you'd like to do, you can do pistol squats instead. So the pistol squat is when you basically do a squat on one leg. I'm going to do it to the side, you can see a little better. I'm going to put my hands and leg out in front as a nice counterbalance. Then the knee, stand back up. If you need a little assistance, I'm using my Weighmaster here. It's nice and heavy to help move my balance. I've heard that options of like a door frame can work pretty well as well. But I'm getting in close, kicking my leg out in front of it, bend the knee, and then come back up. And that way you can actually get really low while holding on to keep your balance so you don't fall back. All right, so we're going about 40 seconds total. Either regular squats, right here, or pistol squats. Ready, set, and go. Especially with this one side, I know that my ankle isn't as flexible. I'm gonna be careful with it. That's why I'm holding onto the bag. Just to make sure that I can get that range of motion and I get a good workout. Awesome, I hope you guys are giving 110% effort. We're about halfway through. All right, don't settle for anything less than your best on this. I'm gonna give you guys my best as I go through. Even if no one's in there with you, was it hard to talk to? Even if no one's in there with you, give it your all. Don't settle for less than your best. If we got 5 seconds left, try and get one more repetition in. One more squat, one more push-up. Speaking of which, we're at 0 seconds left. Go break. All right. I remember hearing a request for ergs. So let's get some ergs going here. Ready? Go ahead and break fall. Of course, make sure it's safe around you. If you haven't done ergs before, what you do is you extend your legs out in front of you, and you're going to balance right here with the shoulders off the ground as well. Your knees are going to come to your chest to your knees, and you're going to extend back out. In, out. If you'd like to, you can do regular crunches or sit-ups instead. Another great ab exercise. Ready, set, and go. Extend and back. I didn't get a request on time, so for this nice challenging set of ergs, let's go about 7 seconds. I'm just kidding. Let's go about, again, 40 seconds. That's a nice time for us where we can go 40 seconds, we get 20 seconds of rest before we start the next one. I see my timer. Okay, here we go. I spent the time making sure I got that clock in the right spot, that I had the time just right. I want to make sure I'm following it over there. Let's keep going. Make sure that you're breathing as you go through these guys. We're on about 30 seconds. We got 10 seconds left. Extend and back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right. AC from on, good to have you in here. Good to have you join in. Another one I remember seeing was some lunges. So let's get some lunges going. With lunges, you can either go alternating where you step forward with one foot and then with the other, or you can pick one side and go that one and then other side, okay? So let's go about 30 seconds total. And go. Making sure that we are rocking these. Keep good posture. Very important thing too is keeping the knee above your ankle. Right, if I step not far enough, if I step too short, you're gonna see my heel come off the ground, and that's not good for it, right? I wanna keep it flat. Trying to get this knee right above the ankle. Same thing other side. Knee right above the ankle. Keep that posture, the hands up. Remember to breathe too. Usually you want to exhale when you have to exert force. So it's pretty easy to go with gravity down. It's that push back up that can oftentimes be the challenging part. If you're going slower on the descent here, then you can exhale too, or you can exhale there too, right? Just make sure that you're not holding your breath through the whole thing. And break. I think we got some extra time on that one. The other one that I remember are V-ups, right? So V-ups will replace, I think, leg lifts were in the curriculum for it, but V-ups are somewhat similar. Right, a leg lift would be the more basic version if you want to do those. Hands down, legs are going to come up and then back down. Now V-ups are going to combine the legs going up with your shoulders coming up and your hands reaching. So it's kind of like a sit-up and a leg lift at the same time, where I go like this with my body and this with my legs. And if you combine them together, you reach up, legs come up, and you're going to lay back down. Hard to do slow. Let's go about 40 seconds on these ones, guys. Make sure I got my second hand just right so we don't get any Sifu seconds where it takes us 5 minutes to do these 40 seconds. And begin. Again, breathing is key. Make sure you guys are working your best ones here. Try and push yourself, like I mentioned earlier. Even if no one's watching you, keep that integrity in it. Where's our time? Oh, I can't see. Let's keep going. Oh, I know I do see it now. 10 seconds. Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1, and break. Let's rest here for a second. Let's stand back up. Awesome, guys. We have one more. We haven't done any kind of push-ups yet. We haven't worked that upper body at all. So in the lesson plan, I know we had wide, narrow, and diamond push-ups. So we're going to get to those next. A couple of reminders for these ones. When you do a push-up, you want your hands to be flat on the ground. Right? So I never want my hands to kind of twist and turn so that all my weight is just on the edge. one right on the center of my hands. If you've got wrist issues like me, then I'll be doing them a little bit different. I usually got my knuckles down, or I grab onto the dumbbells that I got right down here. But if your hands are wide, you want your elbows to stay wide with them. If your elbows are tucked in, or sorry, your hands are in, make sure I get my angle right here so you can see. My elbows stay tucked in too. These work tricep a little bit more. If my elbows come out, you can see how my hands are turning in. That's not gonna work too well with the ground. And then diamond ones, elbows come out to keep your hands flat. Try and get as low as you can with them, okay? So, 15 seconds of each one is what we had been doing. So let's start with the wide grip push-ups. Get hands past the shoulder. 15 seconds and begin. Usually with this one, that exhale comes when you push yourself off the ground or away from the ground. We got a narrow grip in 2, 1, narrow grip push-ups. Keep them right by your shoulders. Straight on view would be right here. Look at this, right under my shoulders. Keep the elbows tucked in right by my ribs. 2, 1, and diamond push-ups. Last ones. Best ones, sir. Hands in the shape of diamond, right under the chest. Go as low as you can before you push yourself back up. Ready? And go. We're about halfway there. Those 15 seconds go by fast. And break. Whew. Take a second to breathe here. All right. If you need to, make sure you guys are drinking some water. I'm gonna get some right now too. Make sure we're staying hydrated, especially if you're pushing yourself point, you're starting to sweat a lot more. You want to replenish, make sure you get that water. Go ahead and do a little bit of stretching here. I want you guys to pick your favorites, whether that's the splits or if you want to do the butterfly stretch. Legs out, you got the hurdler stretch where you bring one leg behind you, which you can also do laying down, right? But pick one, okay? Or pick a couple as we go through our message of the week here. The message of the week is the bamboo story. If you got a chance to watch the videos from class earlier this week, bamboo story was about this this farmer who decided one year that they were going to plant bamboo instead of their regular crop. So they started working real hard. They made sure that everything was right for it, and they wanted to take care of what they were doing. And after a whole year, they had nothing to show for it. Right? They didn't see any progress. But they kept working hard. They decided they were dedicated to it. They really wanted to make it work. They wanted to prove that they could do it. And so after their second year, when they went and looked out, they had this little tiny bit. Ready to go, just a little tiny, just about that much there. And they took this as a sign of, hey, I see some progress. Let me work a little bit harder still. So they kept trying, they kept trying. And after that third year, gotten a little bit more. Right, it's growing a little bit bigger. And a month later, hey, it had grown even more. A month after that, even more. A week after that, even more. And then one day when they woke up, they went outside to look, it had just shot into the air and grown, I can't even remember how tall, 30, 40 feet up in the sky like that. And the moral of the story is not that just keep doing something and randomly something's going to sprout up and you're going to see results of something randomly. No, it's that if you continue to work, you persevere, and you stay dedicated to what you're doing, then results will follow, right? If you work hard, you will see the results from it. It may take a while to see the visual progress, but through that whole time, there was more progress, and it makes you still stretching here, right? In this case, the bamboo, the roots were growing deeper, which would then allow it to have a stable base and allow it to shoot up, right? I don't know if you guys have ever seen like, you watch construction going and you see like, oh, there's something. All of a sudden, one day you drive by it and you're like, wow, that building's done, right? For me, it's all the way in West Davis over by UC Davis campus. There's a whole bunch of, I think it's dorm buildings that just kind of sprouted up one day. They got everything in place and all of a sudden, it was like, boom, it was progress. And it was because they were working hard before that. If you learn a new instrument, maybe you're learning how to play the guitar. You may not see a lot of progress at some points, but you'll learn the chords, you'll learn normal strum patterns, and then it all kind of comes together, right? So hard work pays off. You will see the progress, at some point, even if you don't see it right away. So that is our message of the week. Let's do a couple more stretches here. I want to get some arm circles forward. Make sure you stretch those arms too. We do a lot of focus on the legs and the hips. Arm circles back. One more announcement to be aware of. I'll mention at the end too, arms across and out. I believe that we're going to be changing the time of this class to be a little bit earlier on Thursdays. I believe it'll be somewhere around 6, so about an hour earlier. Reason being my sanity. But in all honesty, with the shift to morning classes, 2 head circles here. With the shift to morning classes, right, I'm here at about 7:15, 7:30 in the morning, and then staying here until about 8:15 at night is just a long day with that split. So other direction with that circle. It'll still be on Thursday. I just believe it'll be a tiny bit earlier. All right. Awesome. Shake the arms out. Shake the legs out. We got some pinions to work on, everybody. We're wrapping up with some tip testing this week on the last section of all the pinions we've been drilling. Pinion 1, Pinion 2, and Pinion 6. 6 for advanced and review for some black belts as well. We're going to start as we do every week with the beginning and level 1 curriculum, which is Pinion 1. Great chance for level 2s, level 3s for black belts to review it. We'll build our way into Pinion 2 and then finish off with Pinion 6 and kind of cycle our way through it, okay? Please, if you have any questions, write them down. Let me know. I can't see what you guys are doing right now. I can when you submit videos or if you guys sign up for private lessons. But right now I can't see it. All that I know is the feedback that you guys give me. If you got any questions, please let them know. I try to address the most common questions and the things that I see most and that I've seen most over the last 11, 12 years that I've been teaching. So a lot of times I get to them, but if not, please let me know. Starting with Pinion number 1. Let's say that the front of the room is actually to the right side over here because in the last section of Pinion 1 here, we actually turn around 180 degrees. So let's say we're facing towards this way. Left leg is in front, left hand is doing a punch out in front of us. We're going to open that left hand, right foot steps forward, elbow smash, right elbow, left open hand. That's 11. 12, we do our big circle for our cover. Now if I'm facing this way, you'll see, we're going counterclockwise until you get to the point where your right hand is covering your temple and the left hand is covering your ribs. And if you guys look, you'll notice that my arms are apart, right? There's one big thing that happens is everyone will start to do this and then all of a sudden, boom, our arms are here. And that's not very great for blocking. It's great if you want to be like on the front of an album cover, right? But here's our cover, right? You want to guard the temple, you want to guard the ribs, make sure that your arms are apart. Elbow smash, we got that covered. One more for 13. Left leg, the one back here, crosses behind. We're going to turn face the other direction. And the left hand is going to do an outward block. Whichever leg is in front. In our case, right, it's that left leg. So the left hand is the outward block. One more time. 10 was the punch. 11 was the elbow smash. 12, we turn this big circle and cover. 13, you turn around and block with that left hand. Pinion 1 group, I want you guys to start working on that, okay? Again, 10 through 13, we'll add 14, and we'll add 15 in just a second, okay? Everyone working on Pinion 2. I'm going to mirror you guys as we go through this, since all the moves face one direction. So, if I step over this way, that would be the left side of your screen. You step to the left as well. If I use this hand, which is on the right side there, you use your right hand, okay? So, going to move number 10. We had our transition stance, left hand down, right hand mid-block. For 11, we step to the left with our left leg there, lunging forward stance, spear with the right hand. That's 11. So again, from 10, 11. Now it's the right foot's turn. It's going to pull in, 12. That check with the left hand. Hitting with the blade of the hand, kind of like a chop, but it's going out in front of you. Right? If I've got the bag right here, I'm striking. I know the angle's not the best. You see that? But it is a strike, and I want us to make sure we do that. Strike. One more. We've got that hand out in front of us. We're going to use it for an elbow smash. Right foot is stepping forward into a regular forward stance. Elbow smash with the right elbow there. Left hand open. Awesome. One more time. I'm going to have you guys drill that. Ready? From 10, left foot steps out. Spear. Right foot comes in. Check with the left hand. Then step forward. Elbow smash with that right elbow. Start working on that. Everyone working on pinion 2, which should be just my level 2 students, as well as beginner, intermediate, teens, and adults. All right? Pinion number 6 for green belts and up. Let's assume that the red wall is the front. There are going to be some moves that face towards you. You're going to just have to look over your shoulder to the screen at me, because there's also moves that are facing the red wall and moves that are facing this side. We're turning around a lot, so I think it's going to be our best bet. Facing to the right side of the room, left leg is in front, right hand is chambered here. For move number 19, right hand is an upward block, an inward block, and then a spear. So again, up, in, spear. Move number 20 is the right foot's turn to move. It comes up, we turn face the front of the room, right foot steps back, and we do a downward block with the left hand. Next up, 21, double spear. These are horizontal spears, so if I'm facing you, right hand first, palm down, left, sorry, let me open that hand down there. Left hand second, again palm down, horizontal spears. For 22, we go side to side on our left side, which is going to set us up for a right leg side kick to the front right of the room. 23. Set your foot down in a forward stance, switch to side, and then left leg front kick. That way, we finish it in a U strike. This one, the right hand is on top. You might remember from move number 13, which was back in section 2 or section B of pinion number 6, that we did one this direction with the left hand on top. Since it's going the other direction, it's the right hand on top. Let's see it again, all the way from 18. We had that downward block. It's that triple move. Right hand is the upward block, inward block, and then spear. Up, in, spear. 20 is next. The right foot comes up, turn, downward block. 21 is the double spear. 22 side to side. 23 side kick front right corner. 24 side kick with the left leg. And we end in that U strike. Everyone working on pinion 6. I want you guys to start drilling that, okay? Jumping back to pinion 1 in a quick second here. Sorry, I can feel my throat going a little bit. Everyone working on pinion number 1, I want to work on those last 2 moves, all right? Super fast review, we had done 10, elbow smash for 11, 12 was the big circle, left leg behind 13, and actually with that move, I heard from Sumoshova not too long ago, a great way to think about this, to make sure we get the correct foot in front. If I'm right here, my back leg, my left leg here, I'm going to move it until it crosses behind my front leg. Once I feel it has crossed, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll turn all the way around. And I should end up with that left leg in front of me for that outward block. Now, here's how I think of these last ones. And in fact, I think about it with every pinion, but especially with this one. Every pinion, you're supposed to imagine like it's a real fight, where every block is real, every strike is hitting with power. So I imagine that I just block someone's punch with this hand. I'm going to grab onto their punch. And let's say I was this Wave Master here, sprouted arms, and it attacked me. 1, I'm going to be very scared. It's the Wave Master's arms. 2, I got to grab their arm here. So I've grabbed their hand. I'm going to step towards them in a horse stance and do my rising bottom fist to the groin. That should make them fall forward, right? Which means their nose is easier to hit. So I take their arm. I'm going to step back a little bit. I'm going to push their arm down, and then I'm going to back knuckle them. Now, notice I had to reach a little bit for that one, but that's because this Wave Master doesn't feel pain and is still standing upright. I imagine they lean forward, their head would be about right here, okay? You got a couple inches in front of it? That's going to hit really well. I can lean a little bit and get it. But that's what I'm imagining every time I do that. So one more time. If we had turned around, we just blocked with that left hand. Grab onto that wrist. Step straight forward into a horse stance. I think it might have jumped there a little bit. Hopefully everything's still working well. Rising bottom fist to the groin. I push down and back knuckle to the nose. Awesome. All right, that's the end of it. We finished up all 15 moves in Pinion 1. I'll go over the very end of the Pinion. There's something we do at the end of every form or every Pinion. And we'll go over that all together once I get there. If you guys have any questions about those last moves, please let me know. I'd like to mention one more thing. I'm actually going to face towards the red wall for this example. But wherever your punch goes, right, in that elbow smash, the last moves are going the complete opposite direction. So for example, let's say that my punch and my elbow smash went to this red wall. For my last three moves are going to go towards you. Right? Then I can finish it, and we'll go over that in a second. I don't want to do that yet. We'll go over those last moves in a second. So, pinion 1 team, working on all 5 moves there of pinion number 1, part C. Everyone working on pinion number 2. Let's get these going. We had already done move number 10. We step with that left foot for 11. Right foot comes in for 12. And then right foot step again for 13. Now, since our arms are at the angle, it suits really well for a back knuckle. Right? If I was right here, and I tried to do a punch with this hand, what does it look like? It kind of looks like a bottom fist, right? And I don't want that mistake to happen in my forms, where I accidentally bottom fist instead of do a punch. So this is a great opportunity to do the back knuckle. That's why I move number 14. 13 here, 14, back knuckle, and then the last one, 15, we step forward with the right foot, punch with that right hand, and we're ready to wrap up our form. If you remember how to do it, those 3 stances, you can add those in. If not, we'll go over them all together in just a second. One more time. Come on back 10. We've got 11, 12, 13, and 14, and 15 is that punch at the very, very end. That's the end of pinion number 2, and pinion number 2, part C. Pause for a quick second, everybody. If you feel comfortable and you feel confident with those last 5 moves, this is a great time to say, hey, can I do all 15 of these for pinion 1 and 2? Right? Can I do all 15 in order? If you can, awesome. If not, right, all we're tip testing on is the last 5 moves, but it's always cool to be able to look at all 15 and say, hey, I've got all of that pinion memorized, I have got it under control, and I can do all 15 moves in a row. That's under my belt, ready to roll. So if you'd like to try it out, okay? Everyone working on pinion 6. We have 3 more moves. Let's do a review of what we had already done from 18. 19 was the triple move. 20, we turn to the front. 21, double strike. 22, side to side. And you may have heard at some point I've got a really odd way of remembering 22. But 2-2 is the same number twice. Side to side has the same word twice. So I try to find moves in the form that are like, hey, that's my bench park. If I get to that move and I have the right number, then I'm in a good spot. Move number 13 in pinion 6 is the U strike. That's one of the ones I remember. 19 is the triple move, right, that we just did. And 22 has been the other one. It's a side-to-side, very kind of mundane one, but nonetheless. Right, keep on going here. 21, 22. 23, side kick with that right leg. 24, side kick with the left leg. Now for 25, remember, you're going to have to actually turn over your shoulders and kind of look at me as we go through these ones. Because since they go to the back, I'm actually going to do them towards the camera, which is towards you, which means just directions are kind of a little more challenging. But for 25, right leg, the back one over here, is going to come close to the red wall and come all the way around. And I've got my downward block facing towards you. And it's not a challenging move, but sometimes what happens is in previous pinions that we've done, the leg went behind us, right? You probably just saw it with pinion 1. Or in pinion 6, part B, we did something very similar too, where it would be this leg going behind us. But in our case, it doesn't. It goes in front of us. All the way around, downward block. 26 is a double spear. Again, the right hand goes first. You see this a lot in our forms or in our pinions. The right hand strikes or blocks first, or you go to the right side first. Does anyone want to bet a lot of money that the people who created Kajukenpo were right-handed? That's my guess. But right hand first, 26. And then for 27, you probably remember from pinion 2 and 3, there's a front kick with a strike down. In this case, it's a chop. And at the end, we're doing an elbow instead of a bottom fist. So I kick and strike, step into my horse stance, and right elbow. Again, turning so you can see, left hand is chambered, right hand has palm towards my chest. Boom. And we're done. One more time. Go to 18, face the right side of your room. While we finish this up, if anyone with pinion 1 and pinion 2 has questions about certain stances or strikes or moves or rotations, please let me know. We got 19, up, in, and spear. 20, we turn. 21, double strike. 22, side to side. 23 is that side kick. 24 is with the left. 25, turn all the way around with that right foot. 26, double strike. And then 27, we finish it up. There we go. We are done with pinion number 6. Part C and pinion number 6, the entire thing too. Nice work, guys. Give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back there with those forms. Looking pretty good. Haven't seen any questions yet, so one other thing that I'd like to address is once you understand the pinion, once you understand the flow to it, and you understand how to go through the moves, the second thing is to start to create, I shouldn't have said flow earlier, now it's time to create the flow for it. Sometimes it's going to be faster, sometimes it's going to be slower. Sometimes your strikes are going to be very rough, sometimes they're going to be a little bit more flowy. And one way that I thought about it, I don't know if you guys have watched it online recently, but Avatar: Last Airbender, I've been watching the last couple of weeks, just wrapped up. When you watch their different martial arts styles, a lot of what the firebenders do at Earth is much more rough, right? I'm sure I saw Toph at one point with earthbending going with a strike like this. That looks very eerily familiar to pinion number 5, U-strike. Or actually, we've been working pinion 9 a little bit too, has something similar, right? But there's the style that is a little bit more rough, hard style. And then you're going to have moves where you want to do them a little bit more soft, some more smooth. Not sloppy, not there, but instead, you guys get the idea, right? It's got that smooth feel to it. So when you go through your form, I'm going to take pinion 2, for example, the end, and everyone can watch, right? I might go a little more flowy on that first one, but then on this next one, it's a little bit more oomph to it, right? Same thing there. And I get to pick, when do I want it to be that hard style? When do I want my form to be more in that soft style? So, one more time through, or 2 more times through your form, let's go about 30 seconds. I want you to kind of feel the moves out. When does the hard style feel better? When does that soft style feel better, okay? Ready? Go for it. About 30 seconds here. If I'm doing pinion 1, that's much more hard style for me. Nice and slow here. Same thing there, might be slow. Soft style. Maybe more soft style, and then pow, more hard style. And I can wrap it up. Awesome, guys. Go about 10 more seconds here for me. Awesome. And we're ready, guys. Go ahead and break. I mentioned earlier that we'd go over how we finish every form. I want to do that super quick. Some of you guys may know it, some of us may not. But at the end of every form, we turn and we face back to the very front of the room. When we do that, we go to a horse stance first, set position second, and then a natural stance third. So if I was finishing up pinion 6, the front of my room, wherever I started my form, was the red wall. I'm going to go horse stance. Set position, I can't see it, I'll do it in the second facing you. Natural stance. If I had started facing you guys, right foot steps out, horse stance. Right foot comes in, set position. And then right foot one more time into the natural stance. Again, they're probably right-handed. So, that's how you finish every form with the exception of one of them, pinion 12, if you ever learned that as a black belt. Any last questions on the pinions that we were working on? Let me know. We've got about like 10 seconds here. I'll get one more quick drink of water. Because I know it takes about 5 seconds whenever I say to you to hear it, so right back. Whew. Not seeing anything so cool. We spent a little extra time on warm-ups and our pinions today. We don't have a whole bunch of time for sparring, so I want to give you guys kind of quick important things as you practice these on your own. We had been working on offensive kicks for sparring because we hadn't done a lot of sparring in a lot of months. But basic idea is if I was going to be kicking towards the weight master over there, the intro version and still very effective version of an offensive kick, whether it's side, round, or hook kick, would be from my sparring stance, stepping up, chambering, extending out, and then setting it down in front. Right, again, stepping up. Notice how my toes actually turned away. That's going to set my hips up the correct way. Chambering, extending, re-chambering. And I set it down usually following up like a back knuckle or a ridge hand, or if their hands are up high, with a punch to the ribs. That's the basic version for it. If you want to try and do the sliding version, right, that's where I don't step up and kick, but instead, if you watch the distance between my feet, it never closes. It just gets wider, right? And you see that I can't do it slow, unfortunately, because it's using the power of this lead leg extending out to kind of make my back leg slide. But the idea is my feet never get closer together, and it's not going to tell my partner what happens. Because when you spar someone, you watch their shoulders. Right? If I'm here sparring you, you would watch my shoulders, because if they move like that, you got, okay, he's coming forward towards me. If I do this, hey, something's going to happen. But if you watch my feet the whole time, then I'm just going to back knuckle you. So watching the shoulders and this slide kind of disguise it a little bit more, because they don't move side to side at all. If you want to practice that, and again, I'm going to explain this real quick, and we're actually just about out of time here. If you want to do that slide, here's how I would practice. Here's my target. Keep my hands up. Chamber. And this is key. Notice how I leaned away from my target. I didn't do this, because that's priming me and kind of training my body to step up before I do the kick. Chamber first, all right? Chamber, bend the knee, and then push and slide. Practice that a lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot. All right? Here, chamber, and kick. After you practice that slide a whole bunch, then you can start adding the kick in. But that's how I'd go about practicing it, to really train the body to not, again, what you're trying to avoid with that slide is this tell of stepping up, because that really tells your partner that you're about to kick them. So, that's all the time we got for that sparring stuff there. I got a couple announcements for you guys before we're out of here. First one, if you guys didn't hear, we can't have classes inside the school, but we are continuing in-person classes outside. Yes, I can do it right after the class, okay? I'll get you the first couple moves in it, Sebastian, right after class, okay? But with that slide, what was I saying? Oh yeah, outside classes. We do have classes outside in the mornings right now before it gets too hot. If that's something you guys are interested in doing, send Seafood Dan a message or an email. He can help get you set up for that. I had a little video earlier today on Instagram if you wanted to see that. I'll also be posting some pictures either later today or tomorrow on Discord. That's kind of got a view of what that training looks like. We've got some canopies coming too to give us a little extra shade. If you decide to join in with us, then my big advice would be make sure you bring water and a hat and sunscreen. And you can train without a gi, you go in shorts and a t-shirt. That's what I've been doing this week, just wearing my belt with it. Other announcement, I mentioned it about the middle of class, and I apologize I forgot to say it at the beginning, but I believe that next week this class is actually going to be moving a little bit earlier in the evening. That way we're not running until just about 8 o'clock, but instead I believe it'll start at around 6. Wait for the final word on that. I'll post it on Discord. I'll update the private lesson sheet as well. Big reason is, I mentioned earlier, my sanity. I'm here already setting stuff up at around 7:15 in the morning, and so it's just a little tough being here super late. So I wanted to be a little bit earlier. That way we can all get to bed nice and early. That is it for my announcements, guys. So it is tip testing week, so if you guys would like to submit a video for your tip, you can do that through the end of this week. If you can't, then you can always make it up next week or through a private lesson. That sheet is also going to be updated with new times since we're not really here in the evenings anymore. But keep your eyes open for it and the updated private lesson schedule. That is it, everybody. I'm probably going to remember something else in about 10 seconds. If you're doing the in-person, yes, if you're right now, through the end of this week, there's no worry about reservations. I'd be here a little bit earlier than when the class starts because we only have 13 spots out there. And if you come in after the class has already started, chances are it'll be full. But again, yeah, contact Seafood Dan if you're interested in that to make sure that we've got you set up where we can actually check you and you can actually go to the class. That's it, guys. Let's go to attention. And if you guys have any questions, I'll be around for a little bit after the class here to answer those. If not, you can always send me a message on Discord I try to get back to those pretty quickly. But that's it from attention. Hope you guys have a safe evening. I hope you guys stay safe and drink a lot of water. Miss you guys, and I hope you're staying safe again. Let's go ahead and bow out, guys. Nice work, guys. Give yourself a quick round of applause. Pat on the back. Awesome work there. And then Sebastian had asked, beginning of pinion 2. Thanks, Suhela. Hope you have a great night. Beginning of pinion 2, yes. Let's go over it real quick. I'll show you the first couple moves. First 4 moves would be the best way to start. If you had already done your slide into a horse stance, you start here, Sebastian, with a double punch down and a double back knuckle. So that's 1 and 2. Move number 3 is a palm with the left hand. So you got 1, 2, and 3. Bye, Sumo Sarah. Have a good evening. Same thing, Sifu Miran. Hope you guys are staying safe. 1, 2, 3. And then one more move. Your left foot comes together. It's going to step back. And now based on which hand's open, that's how I know. Left hand is open, means the left hand's going to check. And the right hand's going to punch. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. Left foot. 4. If I face the same way as you, it would look like this. 1, 2, 3. Now those are hard to see, that's why I face towards you the first time. Left foot in and back. And then you do your check and your punch. Alright? And bye, Sumo Vanita, if you're still here. Thanks for joining in. You got 1, 2, one more, 3, and then the left leg for that check and punch in pinion 2. That's the quick version of like those moves. Of course, if you need a couple more, I'd go check out the video. I think I do a pretty good job of explaining it in the one that's on our website, where it's just about pinion 2 and those moves. And it's got a write-up of it too. It's incredibly helpful if you learn that way. Whew. Everybody else who's still in here, thanks guys for joining. I had fun, good workout. And I can see it in my hair too. Yes, Sumo Vanita. In person, we had been doing a little bit of pinion 9. Let me pull this up. Since we are doing everything like completely different, and we have to like basically we can't do punch attacks, right, or grab arts or clubs and sparring and bear hugs and whatever all that other stuff is. I'm waiting for the Word document to load here. Sorry if I'm bouncing around. My computer in the stream tends to lag a little bit when I do this. I'm trying to remember what we're doing next. I think that we're jumping back into striking. It's not loaded for me, unfortunately, but I believe we're jumping back into striking sets and blocking sets and kicking sets, actually. So we'll be looking at basically other stuff that you haven't learned in a long time. And given the option, I believe, for black belts to really work on whichever of those ones you want to work on, right? Where before it may have been just on 3, but if you wanted to jump in with the blocking set 2 crowd, striking set 2, or kicking set 2, then you can do that. But I believe we're cycling back to that before we go to pinions again, which is either going to be 7 or 11, if my memory serves me correctly, for black belts. I believe that's what comes up after that. So there's your like 3-minute explanation. Sorry, it was so long. Yeah, it was a blast teaching striking and blocking sets again. It was the first time I'd done them in like 5 years, so it was really cool to do again. Bye, Sebastian. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're having fun. Especially if any black belts are still in here. I think the only people who like knew the striking sets and blocking sets still were 3rd and 4th degrees, which it is, Alicia. No, I went home and I took a nap for about 2.5 hours. I fell asleep, woke up, I thought it was tomorrow, realized it wasn't, fell back asleep, woke up again and thought it was tomorrow, and then I realized I was okay and I came over here. But if there's any black belts left, I think the only ones who still knew the striking and blocking, or anyone here, and blocking sets was like 3rd and 4th degree black belts. Even some third degrees wouldn't have known. And something I learned about them actually yesterday or today, I don't know, my days are so blended right now. I think it was yesterday that Shihan Richard actually was the one who created those. That there was a kind of consensus of all the black belts and the instructors at that time were like, hey, how do we teach these in a great way? Because someone would learn how to do a Shudo chop or a tiger claw and then not see it for 3 years or something. And so it's, hey, how can we do this? And he said, well, what if we make like a form where it's just got the strikes so we can practice them all together? I said, I was Sifu Richard at the time. Sifu Richard, that's a great idea. Go ahead and create them, and you can teach them to us at the staff training next week. So that's how they were made. I didn't know that until recently, but cool stuff. Stance form, We did that not too long ago as like a bonus thing at the end of classes. We went online. It was only like course of a week or something. Do you remember the self-defense form? I don't know if you ever did that. 1, 2, stop. I'm too angry to talk right now. I need a 10-second cooldown. Which was then shortened to 1, 2, stop. Elbow, knee, kick, forward roll, jab cross. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of old stuff. Maybe we'll get into that at some point. Vaguely. Maybe we'll get into that at some point. That could be actually like for everybody thing. Mind's spinning now. Awesome. I'm gonna write that down because I already know that my very tired brain is going to forget by like tomorrow. Awesome. Anybody who's still left, if anyone has a quick question, I got about 30 seconds here, and then I'm going to go get some dinner. Well, to all you guys who are still left, and thank you for a good class too. I had a blast. It was good to get a workout in. I needed it today. Hope you guys are staying safe. For everyone who's still just training online, I miss you guys and hope you're doing well. And I'll catch you guys soon. Again, I think next week it's going to start at 6, so I'll get the announcement out as soon as I can. I got to double check everything. Bye, Sima Sarah. Bye, Sima Vanita. Alicia, if you're still in there, see you tomorrow. I think I saw you checked in for it. And anybody else is here. Bye, guys.